Hey everybody, welcome to pixelhangover.com. Today we have a nice 15-minute long intro incident impression of Risen 2 Dark Waters. It is a game that's available for Xbox 360, PS3, and PC, the Master Race of course, which is probably where you want to play this game. I am playing on the 360, and right there you can see right off the bat that screen tearing is terrible in this game. Let's get down to basics. Risen 2 is an RPG, pretty deep RPG. It's got quite the loot that you can pick up and arm yourself with, and you'll see some of the menus. I go into them a little bit so you can see them. So if you're into pretty hardcore RPGs, this is probably right up your alley. But I have minimal experience with the Risen games. I played the first one a little bit. I don't remember enjoying it too much. This one starts off similar as far as how much I enjoyed it, but it's not necessarily something, the type of game that I'd be really hardcore into. So let's get into it. We can walk ourselves through this one. So I check out the menu right away, and there you got some blades, firearms, toughness, and you got a bunch of different things. And then you arm whatever you want. Plenty of different places on your body to equip. You got a map, you got your quests and so forth. So pretty deep. Obviously, looks like you can basically narc anything you want all over the place. Just take it. There's a sword, which will come in handy later in this instant impression. But yeah, you got a chest here. You got where looks like you can store stuff, which is kind of cool. Very Skyrim-ish. And sleep, I would assume, to regenerate some health. So the first thing you'll notice is just visually the game is not impressive at all. I'd say if you're going to go for a visual things, the PC is probably the way to go. But it does get the job done. And I'd say a game like this reminds me of Witcher 2. Now I think Witcher 2 is a far better quality game in all respects, and if you haven't played Witcher 2 on the PC or 360, give it a shot. It's pretty amazing what they were able to accomplish on the 360, being a 7-year-old machine. But if you're really into that type of genre, that type of RPGs, this is probably right up that alley.
I don't see what you're worrying about.
The voice acting, from what I've seen, is not great. It doesn't help that visually things don't really help it along. As you can see, they're looking up. There's like lava all around the city, up on the hill, or I guess it could be a volcano. I don't know. But obviously, there's a ship that's not getting in. So close, but yet so far away. So one of your first missions that you are asked to do is to go to the beach and rescue survivors. So that's what
save the survivors.
we end up doing. But as you can see, nothing's very smooth. Even turning doesn't feel right. It's got some odd loading screens. I cut out a lot of them just to fit the 15 minutes in here. But you'll come up to you'll basically just come up to someone. It'll be like literally a split second of some skull. That's the loading screen, just out of nowhere. Rather than it be just a spinning wheel in the corner or something like that, which is what you normally see.
What did the commandant say?
I've got to get to the beach. Now let me through.
No weapon.
Hopefully you can hear some of the dialogue here. It's not the greatest. It's very dry. Not much personality in anything that I've encountered so far. So right there, he had told me you got to equip a weapon. So I went into my thing and thought, oh, that's right, I picked up a weapon. So let me go ahead and say, oh, in my right hand, let's take that officer's sword. There you go. There it's equipped. I got to go back talk to him and say, hey, I got a sword. And something that's interesting is whatever you pick down there, I think with Mass Effect and stuff like that, we're kind of conditioned, even Skyrim and Bethesda games, you give your character a direction to go with what he says. But in this one, whatever you pick is dead on to what he says. Not that that's a bad thing, but this is my first adventure. Right there, that's every single game you can kill barrels. Well, not this one. I figured I could destroy a barrel and get some loot, but nope, that's not it. You got to do the combo, and then I realized as I get closer to the ship that I bet you they meant the beach, which is over there. Let me go over that way. And that's called not paying attention. So that's what happens if you fall off. You get popped back up. I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was messing around with my tablet or something. But all right, here we go. quest success. So one of my quests was just to find the beach and then to rescue survivors. And we won't see it pop up here, but once I do rescue the survivor here, you will get an achievement or trophy. Or there's a great example of that loading screen. It's like, what? What, really? You're just gonna... So, Patty's in a little trouble here. Getting attacked by these freaky looking little things. But she's got some skills. So apparently you needed to save her, so here we go. Simple combat at first. Left trigger, shield yourself, blocks, X combos. Take care of things. Obviously real-time combat, there's no, it's not turn-based or anything like that. Not a whole lot of indication that you're actually hitting the enemy, no. And this was, right there I believe is when the achievement's popping. That literally paused that long. I have notifications off, but I'm pretty sure that that's when the achievement popped.
Nice to see you too. I'm here because
I thought it
to get a
froze.
message to the Inquisition.
It did not.
And you're helping.
I am.
If you notice the rain,
We need to
it's
find
not
Carlos.
hitting the ground.
Finish it.
You see where it's actually hitting? It's hitting in the air.
Out of the question.
So you see textures and stuff popping in way after the
What
scene
makes you so sure?
has started, so that's never good.
Father's searching for it.
So whatever engine this is running off of,
You
it's
found it.
definitely
Not yet.
being pushed to its max right now. There's not much more that they can do without some upgrades, but I'm guessing visually it's and how it runs is probably far superior on the PC.
Enemy the Inquisition faces.
If you have a rig that can run it better.
Sinks our ships. Her creatures attack our settlements.
One thing's always bugged me about characters. This happens in a lot of games. Is look at his armor.
Isn't that how it goes?
Look how it cuts into his body, clips his body a lot. I don't know why it seems to be kind of last generation, and you don't see it as much, but you still definitely see it.
Now he's in Tacarigua.
Tacarigua.
And all of a sudden you appear. I
Black
don't
Betty is
think
heading
I
from
even saw
here,
him in the
taking
scene
troops
before.
and workers for our colony there.
Probably finally loaded in.
Get you both aboard her. Think about it, and we'll talk further tomorrow.
So this is where the creepy scene starts. You think that, I guess he was trying to get her to wake up for something. I don't know what. I mean, I have theories and so forth, but yeah, she's still sleeping. So it's like when you're in a small, what I felt was when I was in that building right there, in his room, there's enough objects that it made everything dropped it down to 20-25 frames per second, or at least that's what it felt like.
The situation hasn't changed. We're safe here for as long as Ursagor and his male are still fighting each other up north. But one of them is going to win eventually, and then they'll march here.
Definitely not a looker of a game,
The plan is for us all to be gone.
but that's okay. A lot of RPGs definitely are, because it's a very big game in scope. I do know that, so
Not yet. They want us to.
sometimes you have to give it a pass on some of these visuals. But then you look at games like Skyrim stuff. Now, of course, their budgets are through the roof compared to this. You have to take that in consideration.
We keep losing to that monstrosity of hers.
There's been a new development there.
But what ends up happening here is I have to end up going to the ship, and that's pretty much where this will end. But I wanted to, pipe in here and give my impressions. And so what I'm going to do now is just let you listen and view the rest of the quick look here. And we got another 6 minutes or so that you can check out the game and decide if it's a game that you'd be interested in. So our hardcore RPG fans, this is going to be right up your alley. Casual RPG fans might want to pass on this one, but we felt it was one of those games that kind of came out not too long ago and needed to be highlighted a little bit. So there we go. It's called Risen 2 Dark Waters, PS3, 360, and PC. Thank you for checking out the quick look, and we appreciate the views. PixelHangover.com.
And once I'm with the pirates?
Earn Steelbeard's trust, and try and find out if there is a weapon we can use against the Kraken. If there is, we need it. So find it and bring it back here.
I understand.
If there's any chance this weapon exists, we must find it. You're our only hope now. Don't forget, from this moment on, you're no longer part of the Inquisition.
me. Looking for anything? Give me some gold and I can get it for you.
What sort of things are you talking about?
Weapons, booze, whatever you need, really. You pay me, I tell you where it's waiting for you. And you go and pick it up yourself. Easy, eh?
Stand to.
I'm trying to teach these mummy's boys some discipline. Isn't it obvious?
You'd be better off teaching them how to fight.
Good idea. Volunteering to help, are you?
I didn't mean now.
Well then, clear off out of it, so I can get on with making men out of these milksops. Stand to.
Present arms. At ease, lads.
So, slept like a log, I hope.
Yeah, if the log didn't sleep at all and got woken up by the screams of a madman. How did you cope all these months?
Made a friend. An intoxicating beauty. Name of Rum.
Then you and my father had a friend in common. You'd be great drinking buddies.
Tell me about your father.
What's to know? It's a short story. Father leaves me on Faranga with nothing but a chart and a single page of his diary. But guess what the page shows the way to? Treasure. Not just any treasure, his treasure. Only one detail missing. Which island it's on. I'm going to find out.
You still want to steal your father's treasure?
No, I want us to. Better still, you help me find the treasure, and I'll help you find your weapon.
Deal.
You won't be sorry. This is going to be fun. Any other survivors on the beach?
I'm sorry.
Oh, such a loss. Right, so go do whatever it is you still need to do here. And I'll meet you at the ship. Don't be long.
Shoulder arms.
Let's go to Tacarigua. Tell it to the captain.
It's time we weren't here.
Landing here was madness. Orders or no orders.
I keep on thinking, what if they...
The ship's ready. How about you?
I'm ready.
Raise the anchor. Set the sails. Helmsman, set course for Tacarigua.